Hello everyone, welcome back to Code Realize. We're going to be starting down not Van Helsing. We're going to be starting down Victor Frankenstein's route with all of the common choices going into his route. It's probably going to be close to an hour, so we're just going to stop it at the end of this episode and then we'll continue on in his route in the next one. So I'm going to do the skip function till we get to every choice, and then I'm going to leave the choices in the timestamps down below so you can follow along if you want, or you can watch the whole thing. It's up to you. So in chapter 1, we're going to take his hand. Do you ever refuse? I don't even know. We're going to allow him to examine us. Alright, we're in chapter 2, we're going to accompany Victor around the black market, I guess. You've already seen this, we're going to keep going. We're going to come out of hiding. Alright, so now we're in chapter 3, and we're going to have Victor teach us. So this is probably going to be the only new dialogue that we get besides maybe in a little bit in chapter 4, and then at the end of the last chapter when Victor steps in front of what's his name? Fitness to protect us. I want Victor to teach me.
僕かい？それは光栄だけど、他に適任がいるんじゃないかな。ルパンとかバンに伯爵だっているし。
Even the Count, he doesn't have any confidence in his own skills.
俺は
Oh, well, that says something for Impy. He didn't mention Impy at all. Poor guy.
ああ、ごめん。悪気があったわけじゃないんだけどね。だからその悪気ないのが一番傷つくんだって。
フランは何を教えるのですか？先ほど薬品の扱いと言っていましたが、私にはそれが身を守ることにつながるとは思えないのですが。
いえ、それがそうとも言えないんですよ、伯爵。
Victor says this with a confident yet humble smile. After breakfast, Victor and I head out into the forest near the mansion.
うん、ここまで来ればいいかな。
Victor, did we really need to come all the way out here for a chemistry lesson?
ああ、そうだよ。今日扱う薬品はみんな戦闘用のものだからね。
He opens a case he brought with him from the mansion and takes out a small glass tube.
ヤードから逃げ続けなくちゃいけなくなった時、身を守る必要が出てきてね。それでいくつか少々危険な薬を作ったんだ。
Dangerous concoctions. I remember when I first met Victor. He's probably talking about those tubes that explode or create bursts of light and sound.
非殺傷性のものから殺傷性のあるものまである。この中のいくつかはいずれ君に渡しておこうと思っていたんだ。
Which are you holding now?
うん。今日はお試しよ。屋敷に戻ったら改めて渡すつもりなんだ。
You just get the fake stuff for now, just in case an accident happens. Alright, what should I use?
ああ、待って待って。危ない薬品ばかりだから気をつけてね。
Victor holds up a single glass tube.
これは液体爆薬になる予定のもの。このガラス管は二重になっていて、それぞれに違う種類の薬液が入っているんだ。投げてガラス管が割れると2種の薬液が混ざって液体爆薬が化合される。そして
Victor suddenly throws it against a tree. Oh. The moment the tube strikes the tree, a small explosion bursts forth.
こんな風に 少しの衝撃でも爆発してしまう。
Amazing. Did you make this?
まあね、一応これでも錬金術師なんだ。これくらいは調合できるよ。本来錬金術の知識をこんなことに使うべきではないんだろうけど、状況が状況だ。仕方がないよ。
Am I going to be using the exploding ones?
いや、さすがにあれはちょっと危ないからね。もう少しソフトなやつが。あれない。
Victor rifles through his case for a moment, then smirks in disappointment.
どうやら忘れてきちゃったみたいだ。まったく仕方がないね。でも大丈夫。ちょっと待って。
He's so cute, the way he talks.
こっちの薬液ともう一本の試験管の薬液を混ぜればすぐにできるやつなんだ。要素の構成がほとんど同じだからね。
Victor mutters something that is probably scientific, but sounds like magic to me, and begins working on something in his case. I take a peek at his face. His usual kind expression takes a back seat to seriousness as he swirls the glass tube. I'm a bit enraptured by his demeanor. Already falling for him. I grow a little embarrassed and look away. There's another large tube at his side with a note attached to it. Do not open. Danger. Not even to find out why. This is serious. I guess he doesn't want it opened. Strangely, the repeated warnings about it somehow compel me to want to open it. I know, when you're told to not do something, that you just want to do it. It's human nature. We're going to leave the test tube alone, unfortunately. I would love to open it. Actually, you know what? We're going to open it because we're not going to get another chance to open it anyway. I can't stop myself. I have to open it. I gingerly pry the lid off the glass tube. Nothing happens.
カルディア、ちょっと何やってんの？
Victor, it's fine. See, nothing's happening. I suddenly feel dizzy. She falls asleep.
それは気圧性のしびれ薬なんだ。蓋を開ければ広範囲にくすんでんの。
Victor's speech suddenly becomes slurred. What the heck? Did he fall asleep? Victor, I'm so sorry. Victor collapses onto the ground and I fall on top of him. Oh no. I can't even get up. I'm so sorry, Victor. Hours pass, the numbness eventually starts to go away, and we are finally able to get up. That's funny.
このように薬品類には十分に気をつけなければいけないというわけだね。
Yep, that's funny. Okay, so we're gonna go back and pick the right choice this time. You know, doing that kind of reminded me of my Curse of Strahd on Saturday. The party members opened up a chest of sleeping gas and half of them fell asleep, and they're asleep and paralyzed for 4 hours. So the people that were left awake had to figure out how to break the paralysis. They didn't have to wait for 4 hours. That's what that reminds me of. Okay, we'll leave the test tube alone. I should open something that says do not open. I mumble to myself and tear my gaze away from the tempting tube.
ああ、それかい？その薬品はかなり強力なやつでね。絶対蓋を開けたらダメなやつなんだ。
Victor raises his head to tell me this.
これを開けるとね、とんでもないことが起きてしまうんだ。
Well, I'm glad we opened it because after reading this, I'd probably want to open it anyway. Something terrible? Oh no, I'm so curious now. Please.
ダメ。代わりにこっちを使おう。
What's that?
これは先行薬だよ。2つの薬品が入っていて、混ざると凄まじい光を生じるんだ。ほら、見ててね。
Victor throws the tube and a burst of white light takes my vision away. My eyes slowly adjust back to normal.
危なくないように光の強さは落としてるけど、こんな感じで追っ手の目をくらませるんだ。 ルパンにも少し分けてあげたよ。
Wow, that's so much fun.
いや、おもちゃではないんだけどね。
It's not a toy. But what if it is?
このように薬品類には十分に気をつけなければいけないというわけだね。
It's now dusk. Victor continues to lecture me.
日も沈んできたことだし、今日はこれくらいにしておこうか。
Alright, you're a very good teacher. I've learned a lot of things and feel very satisfied about the day's events. Victor seems embarrassed and waves his hand as if to dismiss my praise.
いやいや、そう感じるのは君が優秀な生徒だからさ。
You made it very easy to understand things. Even I could understand which drugs have what effects.
まあ、宮廷錬金術師でいた頃は人に教えることも多かったからかな。そう言ってくれると嬉しいよ。
I look forward to our future lessons, Master Victor.
フラン先生？いや、なんだか照れるね。さあ、そろそろ帰ろうか。夕食の時間に遅れてしまうよ。
I nod in agreement and follow him back to the mansion. The lessons he gave me not only helped me learn how to protect myself, but also stimulated my curiosity. I really want him to teach me again. Alright, and we're going to ask Victor to teach us again. Then I'd like to go with Victor.
僕かい？わかった。と言っても、戦いで役に立つようなことは大体教えてしまったような気がするけどね。
It's just fun to listen to you. Even if it doesn't help in a fight, I still want to hear more.
それは光栄だな。
俺もその気持ちはよーくわかるぜ。潜入や逃亡用の道具で世話になってるが、さすがってもんよ。
確かに弾薬の調合に関してはかなり参考にさせてもらった。
ああ、そういう意味じゃ。俺もだな。こないだすげえ燃料もらっちゃってさ、これでまた一歩月に近づいたぜ。
皆に信頼されて良いことです。もちろんこの私もフランさんには主に家事方面で多大な感謝をしていますよ。
I don't think he's ever called him Dr. Frankenstein before.
よしてよ。そんなに言われるとなんだか照れるよ。
I'm looking forward to learning from you.
あ、わかった。やれるだけのことをやってみるよ。
Victor's lessons are always held in the same place. He says that normally chemical experiments are performed indoors, but we have to go outside to prevent my poison from building up. It's convenient to stay outside when handling dangerous chemicals anyway.
とはいえ、本当に教えるべきことはもう教えてしまったんだよね。先行薬や煙幕なんかの使い方はもう教えてるし。
What about the exploding one you used before?
爆発物は危険すぎるからダメだよ。あれは扱いが格段に難しいんだ。持ち運びの際に爆発してしまったら目も当てられないだろ。
Funny. I see. So what shall we do today then?
そうだね。今日は少し思考を変えてみようか。イギリスにおける錬金術の歩みを語るというのはどうかな。
That sounds interesting. Actually, I do porn first. Maybe another time, Victor.
あれ、やっぱり興味ないかな。でも、退屈な話かもしれないね。
Poor Victor, we just let him down.
じゃあどうしようか。時間を持て余しちゃうね。
I'm kind of curious what she says though. Yes.
どうしよう。
What should we do? Time passes while we try to figure out something to do. Victor takes a small breath.
それじゃあ今日は講義は休憩 世間話をしようか。なんでもないようなたわいない話をさ。
Let's see, what do they talk about? Let's do that.
それじゃあ何から話そうかな。あ、そうだ。この間インピーに料理の試食を頼まれてさ。
Uh-huh. Victor's gentle voice feels good in my ears. Our conversation has nothing to do with self-defense, but it's nice to do this once in a while. I have thoughts like this while we talk. Okay, and then it goes by, which I think is the end. Alright, sounds interesting. That sounds interesting.
本当によかった。実際物事の成り立ちを知っておくのはいいことだよ。君の父アイザックは錬金術の権威でもあった。彼を理解する上で錬金術の歩みを知ることは悪いことではないからね。
Father, I look at Victor with a serious expression.
そもそも錬金術とは何かというところから話は始まるんだけど。
Victor slowly begins to weave a story, and I listen to his peaceful voice. That would probably put me to sleep. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have a monologue. Okay. Alchemy is a very long history. It is said to have originated in the ancient Egyptian city of Alexandria, influenced by the philosophies of Greece's Aristotle. The original goal was to change an element's property and was a dream of those seeking to change base metals into gold. For a long time, those dreamers refined their research, and alchemy developed into a large institution in Arabia. To this day, no one has successfully been able to create gold or silver in this way, but alchemy has remained relevant for so long because the research led to other discoveries like medicine or smelting. It was in the 12th century that alchemy arrived in Western Europe. It all started when a translator named Robert of Ketten translated an Arabic book of alchemy by Mauritius Romanus into Latin. The rulers of Britain became extremely interested in the new study of alchemy. Of course, the main reason for this was greed due to the possible creation of gold.
けれどもう一つ大きな目的があった。それは何だと思う？
I don't know.
不死の薬の開発だよ。
The Philosopher's Stone is said to create perfect matter and generate a new spirit. This material, also known as Arcana, is said to be able to make people immortal. Alchemy spread like wildfire in Britain, and its practice changed with the times. The scientific method was added to the archaic superstitions way of thinking. Modern medicine created falls under the definition of alchemy, and we can create matter with new properties. In this regard, a handful of people see alchemy as a branch of chemistry. The famous Isaac Newton researched alchemy and greatly contributed to our understanding of modern-day science.
さて、それじゃあ、アイザック・ベックフォードの登場は錬金術の世界にどんな影響をもたらしたのか。彼が行った行為とは、古代の魔術的な秘技を再び現代錬金術に導入すること。
He extracted truth from the mysticism which was seen as unscientific and merged it with modern scientific logic. As a result, many different kinds of chemicals and matter were brought into the world.
覚えてるかな？だいぶ前に見せた超硬質金属チタンの発見もその成果の一つなんだ。アイザックがその素材を発見し、その後さまざまな錬金術師によって高純度の生成が可能になったというわけさ。
Apparently, alchemists holding this way of thought even started to revisit the old texts regarding the Philosopher's Stone. One theory goes so far as to say that Isaac succeeded in creating the Philosopher's Stone before his disappearance. With this sort of background, even after Isaac was out of the picture, in Britain, under the rule of Queen Victoria, the study of alchemy became one of the nation's major research fields. Victor pauses and looks over at me. Noticing his gaze, I bring my mind back to the present from the world of alchemy and look back at him. What's the matter, Victor?
僕は思うんだ、カルディア。そのホロロギウムはどう考えても自然に存在するものじゃない。状況から考えて、君のホロロギウムは人工的に生成されたもの。
Yeah, this is before she found out that her father did it. I think she finds out like at the end of the common route.
その宝石はアイザックが錬金術によって生み出したものじゃないかって。
The horologium? I unconsciously raise my hand to my chest. Then, do you think that father created it and implanted it in me?
さあ、それはわからないけど。
You said this gem acts as my heart, then maybe father placed this inside of me out of love, so that I could live.
それも今のところ僕にはわからないな。
Victor? Why do you look so sad?
そんなこと、
You're a liar.
そんなことないよ。
Victor smiles, but I can't help but feel that there is still melancholy behind it. Half the day goes by. Before we know it, it is sunset. Victor suggests we head back, and I agree. We stand up and begin walking back. Thank you, Victor. That was lovely.
どういたしまして。君のおかげで僕も楽しい時間が過ごせたよ。
It's a relief to hear that.
さて、行こうか。あ、それと、今日訓練しなかったことは二人だけの秘密だよ。
That's cute. He wants to keep their little talk a secret. It's like, let's just keep it between us. Right, it's just between us. We make this agreement just as we reach the mansion. Alright, we're in chapter 4 and we're going to disagree. We're gonna go check on Victor. I wonder what Victor's doing right now. Maybe he's going over the chemicals we'll be using for the plan one last time. Maybe I'll see what he's up to. I learned the basics of handling chemicals from him. Maybe I can be his assistant at least. Victor, it's me, Cardia.
やあ、いらっしゃい。ちょっと待っててね。今開けるから。お待たせ。さあどうぞ。
Thank you, Victor. The moment I enter the room, I notice a strange smell and cover my nose. What is this smell?
ああ、今はしびれ薬の実験中。粒子が細かくて既存のガスマスクでは防御不可能。かつ無味無臭だから相手はしびれて動かなくなるまで何をされたかわからない。
I don't think it's quite working yet if she can smell it.
さらに効果が限定的で離れたところに投げればこちらに被害はない。また副作用がなく効果が切れれば自由に動けるんだよ。
I nod as Victor's explanation continues, then I notice something on the desk. This must be what he's talking about. It sounds amazing. Is this it? I reach out to pick up the glass tube.
うわ！ダメダメ！危ないよ！
Victor panics and stops me. Oh, I'm sorry.
あ、いやいや、君が倒れたら大変だと思って慌てちゃったんだ。驚かせたね。
You can't just touch whatever you want. That's fine. I'm sorry for trying to touch it without your permission. Still, I'm amazed. You can make any kind of drug.
こんなのすごくもなんともないさ。
Aww.
人を傷つける道具なんだから。
Victor has such a kind heart.
本来錬金術師はもっと 人の役に立つものを作るための職業なんだ。昔はそれこそ金を作るとか不老不死の薬を作るとか、そういう夢物語を叶えるための方法論でしかなかった。でも今は病を治す新薬の研究なんかが主だったりするんだ。こんな武器を作るために錬金術師がいるわけじゃない。
Victor, this weighs so heavy on him. Victor looks pain while he says this. It also feels like there is something deeper beyond the current situation. Yeah. He's done some things in his past that he is not proud of. The drugs you're making aren't weapons, because you're trying to keep from hurting the people they'll be used on, even though they might be trying to kill you. If everyone was like you, the world would be a much more peaceful place.
ありがとう。でも僕はそんな上等なものじゃないよ。
Aww. He's so troubled by this. It's so sad. Why not?
それは。いや、ごめん。忘れて。
Alright, I'll drop the subject for now. It seems that there's something Victor doesn't want to open up about. I understand the importance of keeping things to yourself and fall silent.
あ、そういえば
What the heck?
驚くほど不自然に元気が出る薬を開発したんだけど、試しに飲んでみるかい？
Abnormal feelings of cheerfulness? No thanks. Why not? We continue chatting for a while. I would have tried it. Anyway, we'll continue on. We're going to board the train. These chapters are going to get shorter just because of them only being 2 options. So when I read both of them, I've already read both of them. So if they've already been read, they're going to be in MP's route, which actually they're going to be in the main common route, which I've already done, and they're going to be the other ones are going to be in Van Helsing's route, and the ones we haven't seen we're going to do in Victor's route, which we're going to stay hidden, and then when we get to Saint Germain, there's pretty much going to be nothing left besides training with Saint Germain. So we're going to stay hidden. I think she's hidden behind some seats right now. If I leap out right now, I might get in their way. I need to trust in Victor. Victor quickly twists to the side and throws a different tube he had been hiding. There is no explosion, but the soldier collapses and falls down on the spot. Victor, what was that?
しびれ薬さん。カルディア、僕の心配はしなくていい。そのままそこに隠れているんだよ。いいね。
Yes. Okay, she's being asked about the heist to prevent the thief from stealing the treasure, which is a little deli, little vampire. And we're gonna choose, isn't there another way? Isn't there some other way? I'm not comfortable making a dangerous decision like this.
僕も同意見かな。その盗賊というのが凶暴なやつだったら、万が一ということもあるかもしれないし。
私も気が進みませんね。
へえ、意外。いつものサンちゃんなら面白そうですね。やってみてはいかがですかとか言いそうなのに。
I know, he says that everything sounds fun.
何もすべてのことにそんな反応をするわけじゃありませんよ。
You kind of do, though.
しかしこれ以外に短期間で大きな金額をとなると、さらに危ない橋を渡るか違法行為に走るしかなくなるぞ。
Can I skip? No, not yet. Okay.
違法行為はダメだよ。
I guess this is our only option. After we talk some more.
ではまずは現場に赴き様子を見る。その場の判断以下で参加するかを決める。
As I say, I think I can skip now. We're going to persuade him to come out. Or come with us, I guess. We're not going to ask him about his past. This is not his route. What should I do? Run into a back alley. You never run down the back alley, but whatever, we're doing it this time. Let's get off the main street. I take Saint Germain's hand and I lead him into a nearby alley. Thanks to you, I know the layout of the streets around here. Let's get as far away from them as we can.
なるほど。悪くない考えですね。
He smiles, effortlessly following along as I run at full speed. Is there another way?
これも一つの方法ではありますが。
Definitely one method, probably not the best though.
そちらの顔で歩き続けた方が油断を招くことができた可能性もありますね。
That's an ambiguous strategy.
人を相手にした対策に絶対は存在しませんからね。例えば彼らはわざと尾行に気づかせここに追い込んできた。そんな可能性も考えられるのですから。
What? As if waiting to prove him right, several figures appear from around the corner. A group of men wearing bizarre masks stands in front of us. It's twilight. Several of the men take cautious stances. There's no room to run in the narrow alley. Just as Lupin and Van Helsing taught me, I quickly check my surroundings. Saint Germain, I could buy us some time in this restricted space. I have a small smoke bomb in my pocket. Victor had given it to me just in case something happened. I close my hand around it as I continue. I'll distract them. Can you get past them and get help from the others?
おや、私にあなたを見捨てて逃げろと？
Alright, I think I've seen up to this point. We're going to keep skipping. Can't let him do this. I wonder if we're ever going to get the ... Probably not. I won't let you do this. I'm having a lot of fun. Even though we're not going down his route in this one, she still goes out to give him a sandwich. Alright, we're going to, why are we preparing for a counterattack? I thought we would assist with the repairs. That's where Victor is. I want to see what assist with the repairs looks like. I don't think we're going to do it. Oh, we might do it in Saint Germain's route, so let's just save that for Saint Germain. That would make sense, actually. Saint Germain's down there too, so we're going to prepare for a counterattack. We're going to tell Saint Germain you wouldn't understand. I might go back and read Saint Germain's little thing here during his route. I probably should have read Victor's as well, because it gives some insight to what they're thinking before the route actually happens. But for now, I want to say you wouldn't understand. Alright, now we're at the unread content where we go with Victor and browse around the basement of Isaac. And she wants to go with Victor, so I like to go with Victor then. If I have any questions when I'm reading through documents, I can ask you.
ああ、任せておいて。お役に立てるよう精一杯頑張るよ。
Leave the others behind to enter one of the rooms along the main hallway. The room is filled with books, documents, and piles of paper, all stacked up and crammed anywhere they can fit. There's so much here. Did my father leave all this behind? I think she also said this in MP's route too, right? Victor grabs some nearby documents and begins reading through them. He has an exaggerated reaction to everything around him and is completely engrossed with what he finds.
すごい。これ未発表の論文だよ。しかもその分野の研究を揺るがすような革新的なものばかり。これもこれもだ。すごい。本当にすごいな、ここは。どうしたの、カルディ
So
オ。
cute. It's just, you're suddenly like a child.
ごめん。君にとって大切な時だっていうのにはしゃいだりして。
It's alright, you can look through things on your own. I'm going to try and look for information about me. For a while, we looked through the documents in the room separately. I can sense that Victor is searching for something, but suddenly things fall silent. Victor, what's the matter?
見つけた。
I peek at the documents he's holding. Facilities within London using Zentirum. The use of Zictirum with plans for large-scale international terrorism. Zictirium? My hand automatically reaches for my chest. Victor had told me before that the gem in my chest, the Horologia, may be a form of Zictirium. Use of Zictirium for terrorism? What does this mean?
そんなの決まってるじゃないか。このジクテリウムは現状人間が作り出せる最悪の兵器になり得る物質なんだ。
What?
ジクテリウムは2年前の吸血鬼戦争でも使われた強力な毒素だ。辺り一面に死の霧を作り出して皆殺しにする。それでも使われたジクテリウムは全体のごく一部。その後大量のジクテリウムが姿を消した。当然ビクトリア女王を率いる政府軍は大慌てでその行方を探したけどついに見つからなかったんだ。
Then where is it now?
拡散装置を用いた効率的な殺傷兵器の提唱。戦争終了後ジクテリウムの大部分はそこに保管される計画らしい。やっぱり僕の考え通りジクテリウムはこの町のどこかにある。
Yep, I can't talk about it. Victor began searching through the papers more desperately than ever before.
どこだ。ジクテリウムは一体どこにある。
This is like the major plot of his route, so I can't talk. Victor, calm down. He's beyond the realm of desperation, and for a split second he even looks like he's gone mad. This is completely different than his usual peaceful self. And then...
おい、フラン、カルディア、そろそろ集合してくれ。
Suddenly we hear Lupin calling for us from afar. It seems we spent more time here than we'd realized. The voice seems to restore Victor's calm. He stills his hands and looks over at me awkwardly.
ごめん。取り乱して。
I know, this is important to him. It's alright. Do you want to go back to the others? Victor and I head for the room's exit. Licterium, a weapon, and Victor's reaction to it. I feel an undeniable swirl of darkness beginning to swirl within my heart. After a little while, by the time we return to the hallway, the others are already there.
それではおのおのが見てきたものを発表することにしましょうか。
ええ、そうですね。それじゃあまずは僕から。
ちょい待ち。
Lupin looks up at the ceiling.
くそ、嫌な予感が的中しやがった。
I'm going to skip until Fitness arrives. She gets separated and Fitness taunts her pretty much. So tells her she's a horologium, tells her that she's a homunculus. No! I slap his hand away. Unable to get to my feet, I drag myself backwards. I don't get far, however. My back runs into one of the glass tubes.
取り乱しちゃって面白いな。それもこれも人間の真似事に過ぎないってもう分かったでしょ。姉さんは怪物なんだから。
And this tugs on a chain around his neck and pulls a faintly glowing pendant from under his shirt. Oh yeah, this actually becomes important in Victor's route. I think I think he did it in MP's route too. I don't actually remember. That glow, that color, in a flash, I understand everything. That is an object that goes along with the horologium in my chest. I have a bad feeling and back away a few steps without thinking.
姉さん、今から解放してあげるよ。
Since this is not all skippable content, maybe this only happens in Victor's route. His words and expressions frighten me. My body seems to understand him, though, and rejects him with all its might. Leave me alone. I struggle to escape, but he quickly grabs my arm. My mind is flooded with terror, and I can't think of a single one of self-defense techniques I was taught.
姉さんの体は分かってるみたいだね。このペンダントが何を意味するのか。
My snake has woken up and he's squirming around now. Ines holds me down and brings the pendant close to my body. His necklace begins to emit a high-pitched ringing. At the same time, my chest begins to feel burning hot. I experienced the same feeling during the abduction attempt on the train. Oh, maybe that's what it was. It's like I thought it had happened before, but yeah, he brought that pendant close to her in the train, and it had a reaction then as well. But the pain is orders of magnitude worse, and it feels like my insides are burning up. I can't keep from screaming. I'm not gonna scream, sorry. I don't want to scare my snake and deafen the microphone. You are so loud.
さあ見せてよ。本物の誰にも止められない怪物になった姉さんを。
Oh my goodness. As if in response to the pendant shining brightly, the horologium pulses with light. The pain coursing through my body is so extreme that I nearly pass out. At that moment, there's a loud burst of light and sound along with the sound of glass shattering. You're too late, Victor. Why didn't you come sooner?
くそ。
Did he paralyze you? As Finis's grip on me loosens, another hand grabs me.
カルディア、怪我はない。
Too late, man. She's already been touched. Victor, why are you here?
みんなが僕を先行させたんだ。君を守るようにって。
Victor stands up to shield me from Finis and turns to face him. Outdated choice.
古典的だけど今のは驚いたよ。それにシュタイン博士、まさか臆病者の君が姉さんを助けるためにここまで来るなんてね。
Why not? He's not heartless. Of
そんなに姉さんが大切？
course she is.
ああ、
Aw.
大切だよ。
Yes, she's important.
ねえ、それ本気で言ってる？それってただの罪滅ぼしじゃないの？
That probably hit closer to home than he probably realizes. Yeah. Finis knows. Atonement? What he be talking about? Victor doesn't answer and simply glares at Finis.
ほらやっぱりそうだ。だいたいさ、シュタイン博士、姉さんは人間じゃないんだよ。
That doesn't matter to him.
科学の推移を極めた究極の創造物、人工生命体ホムンクルスだ。作り上げられた存在、怪物だよ。ほら見てみなよ。辺り一面に浮かぶ姉さんのなり損ないをさ。そんな怪物を相手に同情をしたところで。
黙れ。
Yeah, you're just being cruel. He's gonna shut you up. Victor cuts Finis off with sharper words. He takes out a few different test tubes and holds them threateningly.
僕がその気になればお前を殺すこともできる。これ以上彼女に近づくんじゃない。
No, you can't. We've already discovered that he's immortal.
いいね、その必死な顔。テロリストって案外ハマり役だったんじゃない？
How rude. Everyone calls him a terrorist, and he's like, you'd make a pretty good terrorist, threatening me. Finis doesn't seem put off in the least by Victor's threat. He continues to chuckle.
フィーニス、お前は彼女をどうするつもりなんだ。
どうするつもりだと聞かれて、僕が正直に答えると思ってるの？
I know you think he's just going to tell you his plans. Finis raises his pendant as if to ridicule Victor's question.
これはね、ホロロギウムをより上位の存在とするための鍵でね。シュタイン博士、もう遅いよ。すべて動き出してしまったんだ。
She's like in pain. No, save her. Just the sight of the pendant seizes my chest with a burning pain.
カルディア、姉さんも感じるでしょ？姉さんの中にうごめく絶対的な
The absolute. Sorry, in Baldur's Gate 3, like the person in power is the absolute. Finis takes a step forward, laughing right at that moment. Get him, Saint Germain. Without warning, a blade pierces Finis's chest.
な、
油断大敵ですよ。
何者だ、お前。
I don't think there's anything after this, but I'm going to skip and see if there is, because we're already at an hour. Okay. So yeah, it's not too much further. After Finis collapses, unable to keep up with the rapid turn of events, I lean heavily against the wall. Then, she gonna black out? I suddenly feel a piercing pain in my chest and I place my hand against it. The horologium is hot. The heat is building up inside me and I feel as if my entire body is burning.
カルディア、どうしたの？
Victor notices something is amiss and looks into my eyes with concern. But our priority right now is to escape. I shake my head, trying to hide the sudden heat that has seized my body. I'm fine. Let's look for another way out.
ああ、でも苦しそうだよ。
フラン、気持ちはわかりますが、ここは大丈夫だと言った彼女の気持ちを汲みましょう。今は脱出することを優先に考えなければ。
わかりました。でも本当に辛くなったら言うんだよ。
Yes, thank you. I look up and see countless versions of me that never were. They have no expressions on their faces and simply stare out blankly. For some reason, they look sad to me. I'm sure this was in a past route too. What am I? What if Finis said is true and I was created by Father, then why? For what purpose was I made? Finis. I wonder if he was like me or was he something else entirely? The only person who knows that is dead. I walk over to him and gently close his eyelids. The least I can do for him is a send-off. The end. Right after she wakes up. Then what happened? Learning the truth behind my existence. Finis' sudden death. Don't worry, he'll come back. Too much has happened all at once, and by the time we leave, my memories are a blur. Later, Lupin and the others tell me Right after Finis' death, the Twilight forces make a strategic retreat as if they were aware of what had happened. By the looks of their fluid movement, they said that it was almost seemed as if retreating was part of their plan. Thanks to this, we were able to leave the underground laboratory behind without any further interference. After that, we returned to the mansion. As for me, I haven't been feeling well since the confrontation with Finis, and I have stayed cooped up in my room. Lupin and the others have returned to the laboratory to investigate further, but they couldn't find anything more. They said that the documents with any key information had been removed by some unknown person. The reason why Finis was after me, Father's whereabouts, and his intentions. The terrorist attack Lupin worries about, how to cure my poison, the horologium, the reason I was created. We can't find the truth behind any of this. We all feel the same sense of uncertainty, as if we'd been climbing a ladder and were suddenly thrown off from it. And tonight, I make a decision. Run away. This is everything. Midnight. I am organizing my belongings. I stuffed my original clothing as well as other memorable items into a suitcase. I'm going to leave this place by myself without telling any of the others. I am an artificially created monster. Deep down, I had always believed that one day the poison would be removed and that I would be normal. But I know that I'm not even human. It's not that I'm listening to Finis, but because I'm a monster, I can't allow myself to rely on Lupin and the others here anymore. If I myself am terrified of what I am, what must the others be thinking? DC whines as if telling me to stay, and my hand stops in their work. I'm sorry, CC, but I have to go. I can't trouble everyone any longer. I pick up the suitcase and go out into the hallway. In truth, it's not really about troubling them or anything like that. I just can't meet their eyes. I turned out to be a real monster. I think this is different because I think the other two routes she ends up outside and gets confronted by the other two, and now maybe she'll get confronted in the mansion. Just a doll created by a man to imitate the appearance of a human. The others here might look at me the same way that the villagers had in the past, and because they got involved with me, they might end up like Elaine. I step outside the mansion. Okay, I guess I'm wrong. I need to get away before they discover that I've left. But my determination wavers, and I can't help but look back, both back at the mansion and back in my memory. If there's a faint pain deep in my chest. Ever since Finis touched me with that pendant he called a key, I felt a strange pain in my chest from time to time. It feels like the horologium grows warmer. Once the pain goes away, I look back at the mansion. Everyone, especially Victor, I won't be able to see any of them anymore. The thought of this makes me sad. I always enjoyed the time I spent with him. I wish he could have taught me more. Aww. It's funny, I don't think she really reflects back on the other two. It can't be helped. I need to get going.
どこへ行くんだい?
Where are you going? I thought perhaps I was only imagining his soft voice, but I look over and see Victor. Victor, what are you doing here?
偶然だよ。けど、君の様子が変だったから、思わず、ね。
Nah. He's so cute. I don't know why, but it hurts to meet his gaze. I look down to avoid his eyes. Neither of us says a word. The only sound is the constant wind. If I just make a run for it, I could probably escape him, but a part of me wants to hear his voice. I know. I like his voice too. He's got Keith's voice from My Next Life as a Villainess, although it's got a very Victor spin to it. I don't know what it is. A little more high-pitched than Keith's, I think.
知ってしまった真実が辛いんでしょ? 君は人ではない。作られた存在だったということが。
I mean, MP saw you as a miracle. I'm sure Victor will see you as a miracle too. He's into alchemy. You're going to be just fine. My breath hitches in my chest at these words that are thrown at me. I didn't think Victor, of all people, would strike at that horrible memory. Aww. You feel bad now? What he says next is an even bigger shock to me.
僕はそうだと思ってたよ。君は根本的に人とは違う。何か特殊な生命体だとそう思ってた。
Yeah, the biggest difference is she doesn't have a heartbeat. I mean, what else could she have been? And that was found out in like chapter 2. What?
命の創造なんてあまりに無茶苦茶だ。錬金術師としては到底信じられない。けど胸に埋まるホロロギウム、その猛毒に耐える体、アイザック・ベックフォードの娘、
We can believe in it now.
それらの情報とともにこうして実在する君と過ごして僕は確信を持ったんだ。君は作られた存在だって。
All these words probably sounds harsh to her, but he's gonna be like, I don't care. But then Victor had known all along that I wasn't human. Then how? What had he been thinking of me all this time? Just the thought of it makes me freeze up. Aw, she's afraid of being rejected.
このことは僕の胸に留めるつもりだった。この真実は君にとってあまりに辛すぎる。
Victor is so sweet. You knew this whole time that I wasn't human?
ああ。
Aw. And did you think of me as a thing? As a monster? Aw. His eyes are so sad. Even without saying anything, it's clear to me how much he must have struggled thinking about me. After a moment, Victor speaks softly.
違う。僕は君を怪物なんて思ったことただの一度もない。
Yeah, see, he never would have thought of you as a monster.
君は確かに作られた存在かもしれない。けど、それを踏まえた上で言うよ。カルディア。君は人形なんかじゃない。人形は自分から笑ったり悲しんだりなんてしない。君は怪物なんかじゃないよ。怪物は人を愛さないんだから。
Oh. See, those are logical reasons, something that she can understand.
でも君は違うだろ。僕たちみんなを仲間だと言ってくれる。大切に思ってくれる。だから君は怪物なんかじゃない。心優しいただの女の子だ。
I look up at Victor. The smile lit by the moonlight is very kind and so beautiful that it almost makes me cry. Another pain in my chest, different from the pain of the horologium, a tiny, tiny ache. What could this be? The blossoming of love.
カルディア、僕たちを信じて。僕たちは誰一人君を怪物なんて思わない。
Oops.
これまでもこれからもずっとね。
Victor reaches out his hand to me. I hesitate, but timidly reach out to take it. Aww. He pulls me towards himself with great strength.
ありがとう。信じてくれて。
He's so cute. I'm gonna have fun rereading this straight. But he smiles the smile of one feeling true happiness from the bottom of his heart, and I feel embarrassed. I'm so sorry for worrying you. I'll go back to my room now, so don't worry about me. I move away gently and put the suitcase in my other hand. What about you? If he's going back, I'd like to stay with him for a little while longer, but
ああ、僕は町に用事があるから少し出かけるよ。
don't you go running off in her place now. What kind of business?
ん大したことじゃないよ。忘れ物を取りに行くだけ。
I'm pretty sure that's just a lie to go get something important. Although I don't remember what it is, so. Although Victor smiles as he says this, I can tell that there is a lie mixed in there somewhere. A bad feeling stirs in my chest. Let's see. Yep, it's a lie, even though I'm not sure what it is either. Are you sure you'll be alright alone?
大丈夫だよ。明け方には戻ってくる予定だし。あ、ちゃんと眠らなきゃダメだよ。安心しておやすみ。君の毒は必ず僕が治してみせるから。
He's so cute. Yeah, of all the people who could cure her poison, it is definitely him. He says this, then leaves. Then Victor is nowhere to be seen the next morning. He doesn't come back that day or the next or the one after that. He's gone. Oh no. That's how we're ending it. I totally forgot that just leaves off on a cliffhanger. Sorry. We gotta wait till the next episode to see where Victor went. He never came back. I don't actually remember what happened to him. I think I have an idea, but I don't remember if it's right or not. So we'll have to see. We'll have to find this out together. Anyway, that's the end of Victor's Common Root Choices. It's over an hour, even with skipping through everything, but it was like 8 chapters long, plus a lot of Victor content that we get to read in between. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy it, leave a thumbs up down below. I greatly appreciate it. And subscribe if you want to see the rest of Victor Frankenstein's route. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.